To make espresso, you need an espresso machine, and while they come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and functionalities, the concept remains the same: brewing finely ground coffee by forcing hot water through the brew bed at high pressure. Semi-automatic espresso machines, like this one, are great for cafes who want to have control over the beverage making process. It is semi-automatic, meaning variables like brew pressure and water temperature are automatically regulated by the machine itself, while other variables like grinding and tamping the coffee and steaming the milk are left in the hands of the barista and require a fair amount of training and practice to be consistent. This machine has 3 group heads, or groups, each with independent brew buttons, allowing me to start and stop the espresso whenever I want. This machine has an additional feature called auto-volumetrics, where these buttons are programmed to stop dispensing water at a specific volume, further aiding in consistency. The machine you're working with may have just 1 or 2 groups, but the functionality will most likely be the same. Machines with more groups typically have larger boilers and allow you to brew more than 1 espresso at a time for busier environments. But keep in mind, the group heads themselves are fed directly by boilers inside the machine, each kept at around 200 degrees, so be careful, they are hot to touch. Housed inside each group head is the portafilter. It can be removed with a simple pull to the left. Inside the portafilter is the filter basket, into which we'll be grinding and compressing our coffee when we're ready to make espresso. The size of the filter basket determines the dose, or how much coffee we're going to be using while brewing. These baskets, which ship standard with this machine, are designed to hold 14 to 18 grams of coffee, which is the perfect amount for a double espresso. Underneath the group, we'll find the dispersion screen and portafilter gasket. The dispersion screen is responsible for making sure the pressurized water is falling on top of your coffee nice and evenly, so it's important to keep it clean by wiping with a dry terry cloth towel after brewing and giving it a quick purge to rinse. Around the screen is the portafilter gasket. When you lock the portafilter into place, this rubber gasket seals the rim of the portafilter to keep the basket pressurized during brewing. If the portafilter leaks out of the sides when you brew, either the portafilter wasn't tightened enough, or more commonly, there's excess coffee on the gasket, preventing it from being sealed. You can use a brush tool or the edge of a towel to wipe it down. Nice and clean. The hot water spigot is commonly fed by the steam boiler, an even hotter boiler than what feeds your group heads. Its primary function is to rinse wares and warm cups as necessary. Be careful when operating, as it tends to sputter and the spigot itself gets very hot to the touch. Clean and dry cups can be stored on the cup warmer at the top of the machine. Avoid putting coffee or liquids up here, lest they leak into the machine and cause damage. The steam wand is also hot to the touch, especially after making a drink. When maneuvering it, use the rubber grip to avoid burning your fingers. You may have a lever like this one or a knob to open and close the steam valve. When using the steam wand, it's very important to purge both before you steam to avoid getting water in your milk, and even more important to purge and wipe afterwards to get any milk trapped inside out. Wipe it with a towel and food-safe sanitizer solution after steaming. Underneath it all, we have the drip tray, which is removable for ease of cleaning. As a good rule of thumb, avoid pouring potentially hazardous foods like milk and syrups down the drip tray. Coffee and hot water are fine. When it comes to espresso, any old grinder won't do. You'll need one specially designed to provide the wide array of very fine particle sizes espresso needs to brew properly. Here I have the Mythos by Nova Simonelli and the Mini by Mazzer. While espresso grinders come in various shapes and sizes like these, they all have the same general parts and functions. Up top, we have the hopper for holding whole bean coffee. Underneath the hopper, we have the hopper gates or slide. On the Mythos, this door, when open, locks the hopper into place and allows the beans to flow through the throats onto the burrs here. If you need to remove the coffee inside the hopper, close the gate first. If your grinder has a screw or bolt that locks the hopper in place, like on the Mini, remove that next, then lift the hopper from the base. To dispense coffee on the Mythos, select which programmed amount you want, then press the portafilter into this switch here. On the Mini, hold the portafilter underneath the spout, then press either programmable button on the top. Use the grind adjustment to make the coffee finer or coarser as you need to achieve your target recipe. The Mythos has a knob beneath the panel, while the Mazzer has what we call a grind adjustment collar here. When changing the grind, it's important that you purge a shot while doing so. If you don't, the burrs could get jammed and stopped working. Purge one more time after a successful adjustment to flush out any of the old particle size from the chute. If you spill any coffee grounds, these trays are removable for ease of cleanup. We can adjust how much coffee is being dispensed from the menu panel. These grinders dispense coffee not by weight, but by time. Each one of these three buttons is individually programmable and can be adjusted by first selecting it, then pressing these two buttons to increase the time or decrease the time. On the Mazzer, hold down the menu button first, select which button you'd like to program, make the adjustment, then hold the menu down again. Consult your grinder's manual if the grind and dose adjustment features aren't readily apparent. A good quality espresso grinder is an important investment when opening a cafe. And while all of this equipment was built to withstand the busiest of cafe environments, it's important to treat them with care to prevent burns and other injuries to yourself and to ensure they continue to run at peak performance.